And we're live. Sorry for the delay. As
And
usual,
Cam just walks away.
we had a replacement, and we were working on that. So thanks for the audience for sticking through with us. We'll go live on Instagram as well. Back on Instagram for the first hour until I figure out how to fix that. Week 14 was one that happened. Didn't watch. I don't think I watched most of the primetime games. 1 o'clock was good. 4 o'clock was a little sleepy, but any overall thoughts on this week of football we had?
I think that Cincy Buffalo game was one of the most fun games I've watched this season so far. And it was just good to see Burrow back with his offense. And, obviously they choked towards the end, specifically Joe. But, first week back, I thought that was impressive. And then, Dub might be right officially about Indy after the Danny Dimes. But I'm sure we're going to go into detail in the recap. But some interesting games, but then some doozies as well.
That was an unfortunate way of that happening because I needed that to happen for real, not just injury,
Yeah, true.
Rat, anything you want to add?
Not much to add. I watched some of the games. I like that. I was watching the Bills game mostly. Good game.
All right. Well, let's get into how we did last week. So, your boy, 9-5, good week. For me, I predicted a lot of the favorites would come back, but honestly, there was a lot of underdogs too. So, interesting week for the picks. Cam, you were 7-7 along with Mikey. Mikey obviously couldn't be with us tonight or tomorrow night, so who knows what he's up to. But that brings us to a pretty interesting spot in the year where, Rat, we do still have you at 12-15-1, so you're still going to get above 500 for 44%. Michael, 79-83-1 for 49%. Cam, 102-88-2 for 54%. And then we have a new leader in the pack, me, 104-86-2 for 55%. So only a certain amount of games left to really get down to the wire here. Make this interesting in the last couple of weeks. So let's go through the games quickly. We can kind of sim through some of these that don't matter that much, but this was a pretty good game from what it sounded like. I was sleeping because I was sick, but we had the Lions and the Cowboys. Cam, you checked this one out on Thursday night?
Yeah, I watched the first half, and then Gibbs pretty much, exploded. And I think it was the only one of my Focus 5 hit. Throwback to last year, one of my favorite ones, Detroit, and then both the running backs to score, which did happen. I kind of predicted this would be how it went, high scoring, but ultimately Detroit, it might not, the game might not have felt like a 14-point win, but they still won by double digits on in a primetime game, short week. So I like Detroit to, try and get back. I think they're in the playoff hunt. They're not in the playoffs if it were to end today, but I still think that offense can produce some points and then hopefully push them into the playoffs officially.
Yeah, we need to see the line. What was the deal with George Pickens? Was there something there?
I did not see. Did something happen?
He just didn't he got targeted a few times and it was some bad throws.
I think he was beefing with Richard Sherman actually.
Nice.
Yeah, so the Lions are in the 8th spot right now, one game out of behind the 49ers and the Bears, and technically the Packers for the division. Tough game this week that we'll talk through that, but yeah, this game kind of went as I expected, 74 points. So for the over-bettors out there, congratulations on that one. Move ahead to Sunday, 1 p.m. This is one that got us all, I think. Actually, maybe Mikey picked the Saints, but Bucks, man, I don't know. 7-6, lucky to be in the NFC South. I feel like a lot of these games have been a little bit disappointing from what we'd expected. We always kind of expect them to be one of those teams that can bounce back and just get it right, but it hasn't been working. And now I'm being told that Shuck is actually looked good. I thought he looked bad, but I guess he's made some good plays and some good throws down the line. I don't know. No Kamara. Their offense is bare bones. So takeaways on this one, concern level for Tampa. Anything on the Saints?
Nothing improved from the Saints' perspective. I just think this was an absolute fluke game. Tampa came in with the lowest expectations of the Saints and just played sloppy football. Actually, I was talking pre-show with Dub. I was one of 3 people left in my survivor pool for a hefty payout.
Mm.
Me and another guy picked Tampa, and the other guy picked Denver. So we officially had a winner, and unfortunately was not me. I was completely blindsided by this, and I was watching the end of the game, and there was just a slimmer of hope. It was like, all right, it's Tampa. They're going to figure it out. They had the ball late to go, potentially score touchdown to win the game, but just sloppy play. But like you said, they get bailed out being the NFC South with the team in second. They're playing twice for the rest of the year. So still have, they can control this division, but they obviously have to play much better than they did on Sunday.
Rat, were you able to catch any of this game?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just, I don't know. Are the Bucks just bad? It's bad.
That's
It's
what
just
I'm
one of those
thinking,
teams.
like-
It's like one of these teams every year where it's like it's a good team. It has good team expectations, and they start losing, and you're like, it's all right, they'll get it back, and then they don't, and they don't again, and then they lose to the Saints.
I knew
8.5.
they were banged up throughout the majority of the year, but they got Bucky back for this game, and then they also have Mike Evans coming back this upcoming week. But you're right. They're definitely just, I feel like they're just not what we're putting them at as our expectations. I feel like now they're kind of leveling off. But like I said, as long as they get in the dance, I mean, I think Baker could, potentially win a game or something. But I can't see this team making an actual run in the playoffs.
I think they lose first round as of right now. We'll have to see how the stretch run ends, but who knows? What do I know? Mike Evans back. I mean, Emeka Buka, I feel like, was this crazy rookie of the year first 6 or so weeks, and then haven't heard much from him. Bucky's back, but what does it really mean? I don't know. I'm kind of bearish on this Bucs team moving forward. All right, another game that happened: the Bills and the Bengals. Cam, you mentioned this is a standout spot for you of this week. Obviously, a great game. The Bengals needed this one to keep it running. They're technically still alive right now. Unfortunately, they did not pull it off for both as Pats fans and Bengals fans. But Joe Burrow, just did Joe Burrow things. Defense is just not there, and they kind of choked this one away. So what were your takeaways in this one?
Yeah, no, same thing. Kind of that notorious snow game, and Joe Burrow and Josh Allen are both playing out of their minds. And then Josh Allen just, goes complete superhero mode towards the end of the game, and Burrow makes 2 huge mistakes that basically cost the game. But also giving up 39 points, you're not going to win many games. So there's only so much that Joe and that offense can do. It's going to be an interesting offseason. I assume Burrow is going to play this week, but at what point do you just be like, all right, this season's done, just stay healthy and we'll regroup next year?
I think they're going to keep playing until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably will. They could still win the division, though.
They're still alive somehow.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
They're 3 games back of the Steelers.
Yeah.
They probably play the Steelers again. I know they play the Ravens this week. I think they're just going to play spoilers, my guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Their last 4 games: Ravens, Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns. So I guess really just this week, but I don't know. Bills, big game this week, but we can get into that. Does this make you any more fearful of the Bills, or just kind of what do you expect from them to be able to come back like that?
This wasn't that great of a game by the Bills.
No.
They were losing again, at the end, towards the end of the game, and they kind of exploded. But if your defense is going to let up 34 points in the snow, I get it was a crazy game, but
their defense played like shit, and then also they faced arguably the worst defense in the league. So this doesn't really, scare me at all going into this week. I kind of expected a high-scoring game between the two of them. But yeah, this doesn't make me any more nervous. I'm still, the Bills are still a good team, but I feel like the wrong team's favored. But we can get into that later.
And we will.
Yeah.
We have some comments. Karma. So this is about the Emeka Buka, I'm assuming, and him not doing so well. We've had some allegations on the show in the past about maybe some of his dating history. Cam says cap. I'm not going to say. We do have some Instagram chats that I'm seeing to the side. Jake Freeland is in the chat. He said, how are we doing Insta chat? And there's currently 0 viewers, so it's not looking good at this.
Nice.
shout out Freeland.
Yeah. All right. Next one, and we don't have to spend too much time on this, but the Seattle Seahawks move into another win here, beating up on the Falcons. someone on this channel, I forget, maybe it was you or Mike, you can, but someone was saying the Falcons like still have something to play for, just like trust them. Like I'm done with the Falcons. I'm out. I'm just gonna fade them every game. And I kind of had that similar relationship with them last year. But I mean, good win for Seattle. You're on the road. Trap game 7.5 was kind of that weird hook. Rad, did you have any takes in this from like a rat line perspective? What were you thinking here?
Was that like a setup?
No, I'm trying to make something interesting of this game, and then we can move on.
Well, I thought about betting the Falcons money line, but cooler heads prevailed, and I did not bet on the Falcons money line. So that's all. And then this is just a classic game where you look up and you go, "Oh, it's over." Okay, done with that game.
Yeah, Falcons officially eliminated from playoff contention. So there's that. We'll move ahead to an interesting one: the Steelers and the Ravens AFC North battle. And we're coming back to you, Rat, as a Lamar supporter. What's going on? Break down this Ravens team. How is this? What's going wrong? Fix it.
The Ravens are going to win this division. And I still think that if I'm looking at the AFC and the Ravens are in the playoffs, depending on matchups, like really it's just like a bunch of teams that could lose any game. And then the Ravens and Bills are like solid franchises that have chances to go to the Super Bowl. And every other team is like they could win any given game, but they could get killed in any game.
Chiefs?
Well, the Chiefs are just done right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree with Cam on that. Like, I'd be more scared of facing this Ravens team than the Chargers. If they like the Ravens could potentially win that division and then end up playing the Pats. Like, I'd much rather see, either the Chargers, Steelers, even Denver at home, I would take too over Lamar, just because it's like Cam said, like consistent play but from Lamar, even though he hasn't necessarily done it in the playoffs. Just the way that he can play football just scares me a lot in the playoffs. And all they really need to do is get into the dance. And I kind of agree with Cam where I think this team is going to win the division and Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are going to choke in phenomenal Steelers fashion. But yeah, I mean, this was actually a pretty decent game. It was kind of sloppy, but it was, divisional game, pretty close throughout the entire thing. A little interesting, but no other takeaways other than that.
It was a fun one. And I was on the Steelers, so that made it good. That felt like a very big line for being a divisional matchup.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens are plus 4,000 to win the Super Bowl right now.
I bet them at plus 1,900, I think. I think I'm going to have to just pull the trigger and get them again.
You have to.
I mean, these odds are too good.
Yeah.
Look at the AFC and like look at there's no team where you can say this team is like favored to go to the Super Bowl. Maybe the Rams. Maybe the Seahawks.
It's a weird difference between the two conferences because, like Cam said, seems like any team can lose in the AFC on any Sunday. And then on the flip side, the NFC is just so much like better top to bottom than the AFC. Like any of those NFC teams, I would be way more nervous playing in the playoffs in the AFC as opposed to the AFC teams that are currently in. So.
Yeah, probably all of them besides the NFC side.
Yeah, like we're talking about Detroit potentially missing the playoffs, and that would be one of the last teams I'd ever want to play in the playoffs.
I would love to play the Lions. They would fuck it up.
Okay.
Look at last year. They're the 1 seed. They got destroyed by Jaden Daniels. Let me see how that's going. Speaking of the playoffs, we had another very intense matchup for the AFC South. I don't know, Rat, if you were riding with me, I would have made those bets on Jags to win the division, but that's not looking so bad right now. It's one of my only good ones that's still alive for future bets. And it looks like the Colts are going to be slowly but surely taking a downfall unless Phillip Rivers, 44 years old, can come in and provide a spark. This game saw Riley Leonard take the helm for most of the second half, if not all the second half. I think it was like the second quarter that Daniel Jones got hurt. And it's unfortunate because, the Colts have had a good season. Like I said before, I was never really in on the Colts and picked against them pretty much every week. But it is sad to see them go out like this, their quarterback. And I think it'll be interesting. I hope Phillip Rivers gets to play in primetime or something just to see Phil sling it. But Jags look like they're going to be the division winner right now. Well, I guess it's kind of close to the Texans on a little bit of winning streak as well. takeaways from this specific game. I mean, Colts trajectory obviously moving forward is pretty bad, Cam, but what'd you think?
Yeah. No, yeah, we were talking about a pre-show, just Danny Dimes getting hurt kind of, ends the season. I am very concerned for Phillip Rivers. I think he's really going to get killed this week if he ends up playing. But yeah, this Colts team, kind of on a dramatic downfall, while the Jags have, quietly been playing pretty decent football. But like you said, that Texans team, especially that defense, is terrifying. So that's going to be a tight race to the end. But I'm a little bit higher on the Jags than I was, in previous weeks. But I don't know. Trevor Lawrence doesn't really scare me too much. So
Yeah, no, he's mid.
Agreed.
The top 4 quarterbacks right now in the AFC: Bo Nix, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, and Aaron Rodgers, who's like 45. So
yeah,
that's something. But then you got Justin Herbert, who's top 5. Josh Allen, Stroud's not that good. But what's that look, Rat?
I don't like the way you phrased that. You said top 5 quarterbacks in the AFC right now, like based on what?
Based on seeding,
what they are in the seeds.
Looking at the conference seeding. Yeah.
Also, no, I didn't bet on 2 things. I didn't bet on the Jaguars to win the division. I actually bet on the Texans when they were 0-3 to win the division. I think the Colts were 3-0, then the Texans to win the division. And the other thing, I don't think you should discredit the Colts. You were down on the Colts all year. I don't think you should discredit them losing their quarterback as like that discredits your pick. I think you should just still say like they were going to lose this game. They were going to lose all their games. They weren't going to make.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's unfortunate that's happened because I would have been right, but then now everyone just.
I was kind of higher on. I was higher on the Colts than Dub. I thought they would actually make a push for the division if Daniel Jones was still there, but we'll never know.
I don't know.
Whenever we go over these playoff scenarios, I'm like, give me the Colts, bro. Like, obviously.
Well, yeah, I was honestly hoping they'd make the playoffs so we could play them, but
yeah,
they still could. I looked it up. Someone told me about Phillip Rivers. I put it in my Microsoft Bing, and the first thing that came up was grandfather signed by the Colts. Phillip Rivers is literally a grandfather.
Yep.
How is that possible?
He has 13 kids, and one of them has a kid.
He had a kid when he was okay. Doesn't he have like 11 kids or something?
Yeah, something insane.
Like that. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what's in store for the Colts. Big line this week. We'll see if anyone takes the bait. Our co-host, who's supposed to be here with us tonight, is in the chat commenting who wins the NBA Cup.
Shut the fuck up. Is that why he's not on right now?
Rat, any thoughts on the NBA Cup? I know you kind of dabble in NBA at times.
Yeah, at times, not like at NFL times.
Well, I'm looking at the NBA. The Knicks do not play tonight, so maybe I don't know. Maybe he wants to watch the 23-1 Thunder go play the Suns quarterfinals. I don't know. I'll give a pick just for the hell of it. We'll go with the. You know what? Give me the 9-15 Trailblazers to win the NBA Cup.
I'm gonna go with the Magic.
They're not even in it.
I was going to say
the Trailblazers aren't in it. The Magic are in it.
Oh, okay.
Magic line up against the Knicks Saturday, December 13th.
Who gives a fuck? What are we talking about?
No one cares at all. No one cares.
Yeah, Mikey, stay on for the next game. Why don't you?
More NBA slander. We got Knicks Nation tonight, though. I got Thunder, Lakers, Trailblazers aren't in it. Yeah, I realized that. I'm looking at the wrong thing. They're already out. Thanks, guys. It's not an NBA show. Speaking of Michael, we had Jets in a game that happened. 2 in the cold weather, yeah? How'd that go for you? 34-10. Dolphins win.
This game was fucking disgusting. If you had this on your TV, that's just, I feel terrible for you. Well, especially, and if you're a Jets fan, like that's got to be the most disheartening performance probably that they've had all year. Just getting absolutely spanked by this Dolphins team. And now the Dolphins are somewhat in the playoff hunt, which is still crazy to me, but I think that Miami's team's terrible.
In the hunt graphic, they're like the last team in the hunt.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, they have the same record as the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Which is insane.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Also, my only point about this game is that everyone in the chat tell Dub to not be anti-Semitic because Dub has been very anti-Semitic lately. And he sent me something about this game that was in line with his usual anti-Semitic comments. So I just
Alright.
want for all the fans and just everyone.
This is
like,
not
that,
true.
I know I'm
Fake.
smiling, but
This
like
is a
it's
fake
actually,
show.
like he's my friend, but like sometimes he takes it a bit overboard, and we just want to take him back down to earth, everyone, if we can.
Come on, Dub.
I love my life. If I'm found dead, I didn't do it. More comments in the chat. Y'all haters. Oh yeah, we did see undrafted quarterback Brady Cook enter this game for the Jets. That was a sight to behold. Campbell, you picked the Jets. So what's up with
I
that?
did.
You guys were clowning me for taking the Finns.
No, I'm clowning myself because I don't understand why I was picking the Jets. I mean, I think my main reasoning was, divisional matchup at home, but that Miami team, I feel like they have done a much better job when they're winning of stop trying to let Tua throw 45 times a game and they're just pounding the rock. And I feel like they've had pretty decent success doing so, obviously against, the Jets, but still, I don't know. That Miami team could be a little interesting playing spoiler and maybe even sneak in. We'll see.
Big Monday night game that we'll talk
Yeah.
about this week. Don't have to spend too much time in the Jets. Don't have to spend too much time in this one either.
I don't want to talk about it.
Anything to add on this? Well, we have to do the classic Titans one, and that's egg in your face because you always say fade the Titans, but
beating the Browns by 2. Yeah, what a hype game.
Raiders now in the first pick in the NFL draft. If the season ended today, of course.
I do have one thing to say. I saw you on Saturday Night Dub, and you laughed in my face when I said take that Titans money line.
Tough.
Yeah, that was a bad environment. I think I was just missing every bet in that.
That was one of the worst gambling environments. Whatever. We'll get over that.
We don't need to spend too much time on that, but yeah, that was bad all around. This all end, which was another thing.
9, baby. Yeah JJ's back.
Is JJ back, or is Jaden Daniels a fraud, or a little bit of both, or neither?
I think Jaden's banged up, and Minnesota just played pretty decent. Like they didn't ask too much out of JJ, and he did his job. And I feel like the Skins have just slowly been like losing everything now that their roster itself is extremely old, and they just rely on a banged up Jaden Daniels in his second year to carry that team. But
holy shit, bro! I just looked. They've lost 8 straight. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I mean, yeah, they looked like shit. I feel like if Mariota plays that whole game, they make that a much closer game. But Jaden definitely doesn't look right. I feel like they just needed to sit him down for the rest of the year. I don't know if they've announced that or not, and then just regroup next year.
Well, we have an inside reporter in the comments. Jaden out rest of year.
Okay, thank you. Does he have the book, or is he just watching the beats?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's on the bottom line of the next game or something. What else was I going to say? Well, I don't know. I don't have much to add on this one. Honestly, we'll keep it going. 4 o'clock was fun. We had, I don't know if you guys saw, I know sometimes, Rat, you watched Dave Portnoy's video, but he made a very interesting video about this game and the spread, 7.5. I know I was on Broncos Broncos minus 7.5. Honestly, in real time, I didn't realize what was happening, or I did realize what was happening. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? They go for a field goal to cut it down to 7 with 5 seconds left, and then they don't get another playoff. So this is maybe like a little bit of an NFL rig situation. We know the Raiders seemingly have a little bit of favoritism, I like to call it, with the books. Seems like they always get these generous lines. That's really all I had to take away from this game. I mean, good for the Broncos. They beat the trap game. But I thought that was very suspicious.
Sketch.
What would you do? If you were Pete Carroll, what would you do in that situation?
Just try and get a touch. It doesn't matter. There's 4 seconds left. You have 1 play left. Might as well go for a touchdown. You're gonna get what's the point of getting a field goal?
Maybe you could do it in under 4 seconds. I didn't watch this game. Honestly, I Hulk smashed Raiders plus 7.5. Saw it hit, and I didn't even know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why
if you if you had like a watching interest in this game, you'd be going crazy because this was just made no sense. Yeah. And there was like nothing else going on in its window, so it was like, I mean, well, the Bears game is good, but the one.
How does your roommate feel about it?
He was like, yeah, they're just gonna try and get a thing, like whatever. They have the first pick. He's hyped. He's hyped. They have the first pick in the draft. He doesn't care about winning or losing this game. I mean, the season.
Well, I meant the whole gambling thing, but yeah. I don't know if he even pays attention to that.
Not really, but like I was like, this is an obvious. They're 7.5, and then
Yeah.
when they bring it up in the broadcast and it's not Al Michaels like spewing on Thursday night like he does, it's someone else. It's a little bit suspicious. I don't know. I thought that was
Yeah.
very odd. Michael's back in the comments. He says this source is from Reddit. The Jaden Daniels out the rest of the year, so we have reliable sources on the stream. Another one. This is one of the games that I got you guys on, Cam. I think it was this in the Jets game and the Bengals. But you guys got me on one other one. But Packers cover 6.5. Super Bowl. We're back. Packers now control their own destiny, I believe, because they've beaten the Lions twice and beat the Bears. So they have another game against the Bears. But the Packers are in first place. Look to be in a good spot moving forward. And this was a good game. Obviously, the only good game out of this window. But what were your takeaways from this NFC North divisional matchup?
I'm all the way back in on the Packers. Not that I was like out on them at all, but I was definitely a little weary about, how they were playing and losing some of these gross games. But I feel like that's a tough game, and they won by a touchdown. Jordan Love looked really good. I think ever since Christian Watson's came back, that offense has been much more explosive. Josh Jacobs has been pretty consistent all year. So I do like, and their defense has been, one of the better defenses I feel like throughout the majority of the year. So especially after adding Micah. So this team is, I had them in the Super Bowl in our, week 0 pod. And I feel like that's, a real possibility. It's just that NFC, like I said earlier, is very stacked, and it's going to be tough to win 3 or 4 games in a row. But
right, you look like you have a really educated
I couldn't
guest.
agree more with Cam. I think if you think about a Super Bowl team, like most of them, maybe half of them, like you can go back and find a point in the middle of the season, maybe the beginning of the season, especially for the Patriots, where they lose a bunch of games, they look horrible. What's going on? This team is supposed to be good. I think the Packers are like starting to really turn it up right now, beating good teams, and we'll see. They got a couple of tough games. I think they're playing like the Broncos soon or something like that. But yeah, they're probably like.
Well, the thing with them is that they have 3 losses on the season, and 2 of them are to the Browns and the Panthers. And then the other one's that Monday night loss to the Eagles where they lost 10-7. It's like
they also almost lost to the Giants too. Like
they won that though. I mean, they won by 7.
Yeah, but yes, I feel like they played to their competition. From what I've seen of the majority of the games of their season so far, which if you're playing to your competition in the playoffs, every team's going to be one of the best teams in your conference. So I don't know. And I feel like they're good on both sides of the ball. Like I feel like there's a lot of teams where you can point, be like, oh, the offense or the defense is carrying this team. I feel like they're very balanced and have, not the best offense, but they have, an offense that can put up 30 points or maybe even more. And then their defense can keep, I think, most teams under, 20 give it. So, and that's a recipe for success. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, I always like talking about their like a different array of weapons, and they got Christian Watson back. Jaden Reed came back this week as well. Jacobs has been playing well. Obviously, no Tucker Kraft, but some of those wide receivers, especially Christian Watson, can become even like a number 2 in theory. You got something really cooking there. So I like this Packers team moving forward.
Still nothing from Golden though. That's what's always a little surprising to me. But
rookie wide receivers didn't mean shit until Jamar Chase. Like he'll be good next.
Yeah. Okay.
There's actually a new expectation. Wide receivers haven't gotten a lot better, but Matthew Golden takes stock. He'll be good in the next couple of years. Jordan Love. Apparently, people have been throwing this stat in my face about Toyotathon. When Toyotathon starts, he gets really good, and I mean, he's been brilliant the last couple of weeks. So keep an eye on that. Teams get hot at the right time as well.
Yep.
Looking at this schedule, they got the Broncos, Bears again, Ravens, and Vikings. So there's no easy outs there. Besides maybe the Vikings last week of the season, but we'll have to keep an eye on them moving forward. Last game in the 4 o'clock was a blowout. One of your least favorite teams to talk about and bet on, the Cardinals, Cam, even with our guy Jacoby Brissett. Just kind of what you'd expect out of this game, really. Anything notable from this one?
It's arguably the best team in the NFL versus a team that doesn't belong in the NFL. So was not surprised at all by this.
Puka had a good game.
Yep.
Rat, anything to add on this one?
No, I don't think I've watched any minute of Cardinals this year, and I'm pretty happy about that.
Trey McBride needs to get the fuck out of there.
That's save the tight end. That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
All right. Sunday night. This game probably brought a smile to all of our faces as the descent of the Chiefs continues. Still not done yet, though. I will put that out there. I think there is a path for them to get into the playoffs. I don't know, even though they're at 6-7.
Yeah.
It's scary because they could just get in and still. I don't know why I'm still scared of them because they've just been playing like complete shit this whole year.
It's Patrick. You know the answer to that. Yeah.
The best quarterback in the NFL, maybe, but Texans have come back. We got to give them their flowers. Starting 0-3, now are in the playoffs as if the season ended today, 8-5. Defense is amazing. Offense does what it needs to be done. Really, I mean, it's just Nico back there and like a bunch of running backs. Whoever the fuck feels like showing up. CJ hasn't looked great. He's been okay, but this Texans team could be the team coming into New England round 1. So, Rat, did you catch this game? And if not, we'll go to Cam. But what'd you think here?
Yeah, I did. It was actually, 20-10. It kind of looks like on paper, like the Texans defense just stuffed them, but this game was close. I mean, the Chiefs went for it on 4th down at their own 29, and then the game was over. Like that, with like 10 minutes left too. It was a wild play. I don't know what they were thinking. Just punt it. Like CJ Stroud hasn't really done anything all day. That was kind of the whole game. This is an Andy Reid loss. Nothing else really.
Travis Kelce had that big drop.
Well, don't throw it to Travis Kelce. That's Andy Reid's fault. You throw it to why are you throwing it to Travis Kelce?
Cam?
Yeah. I agree. Like this, it's just this Texans defense carrying this team. Like that's what scares me the most about them. Like if you're going to tell me, like, sure, if Houston comes in here, that defense scares me, but I still think that the Pats can outscore them. That CJ Stroud-led offense has not impressed me at all. And with only really Nico as their weapon, and maybe that rookie running back, I forget his name off the top of my head, Woody Marks, I think. Yeah. Like he's been playing pretty well as a rookie, but that offense, I don't think can move the ball that well and score consistently. So I'd still take them coming to New England. It's just, I don't want to fuck around with that defense either. So we'll see. Like we talked about it earlier with the Jags. They might not, like they're in a race for the division. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. But I don't know. I'd rather see Jacksonville, honestly, than Houston just because of the defense factor. But yeah, we'll see.
All right. Intermission time. We're joined by some guests on the stage.
The DOUF.
Don't say it with such sadness. What's up, guys?
What's up, boys?
How's it going?
San Diego, man.
What's up,
I hear you.
boys?
Hello. What's up, man?
How are we
How's
doing?
everything been?
I'm currently
good.
in the Virgin Islands, so pretty good.
How was
Kenny,
softball?
give us a little crib tour.
We're on
Damn.
little mini boat here.
Okay.
You're on a boat right now?
Yes, sir.
Little
All
boat.
right.
I'm right
They
outside of
got,
St. John's.
They got betting apparatuses out there.
What was that?
Can you bet?
No, I haven't figured it out.
Damn.
I'll send
It's
you a
all
flip
Flip.
referral code.
Yeah. How we make
All
out in
right.
softball? Did we catch another dub?
Yeah, we caught another dub.
Too easy.
Don't want
for
to
you
toot my own
guys.
horn, but I did hit 2 homers tonight. One was a grand
Damn.
slam. So
Feeling pretty good going into the
Mark-
DOUF. All right.
Mark, how many RBIs did you get out of those home runs, though?
7.
Oh, 7.
Damn.
Yeah, technically both my home runs counted as outs because we had already hit too many homers.
Classic.
So you're just
So you really had no RBIs.
Realistically, I got out twice with 0 RBIs.
Nice. That's softball, baby.
sounds like a successful day.
Hit the homers earlier.
Doesn't matter, though. The ladies in the stands love to see the ball go over the fence. They don't care how much it counts for.
All right.
That's
He's a
true.
showman.
All right, well, let's get to the point of what we're here for. Don't want to waste too much attendees' time on this boat. So we got last week happened. It's a pretty successful week out of everyone besides me. Mark and Cam both 3-1. Tendy 2-1-1 on the push with the Bengals-Bills game, and then I was 1-3. So overall, Tendy's still leading the pack. Mikey's in second. Cam's in third, over 500 now on the DOUF. Mark, 2 games below 500, and I'm just way out of it. I'm in last place right now. So Team Florida, 44, 42, and 2. Team Dubcast, technically games behind, 41, 45, and 2. I think I have a miscalculation in there. Either way, what are we thinking for punishment? Any ideas? Anything come to mind? Any rewards? Or are we just going to keep saying and not do anything about it?
It's a good question.
We should keep saying it and not do anything about it until the last week when we're definitely going to win. Then we can decide something.
All right, Dub, we need to get it. Well, this is off air, but we need to brainstorm this week.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
Throw some ideas in the chat.
Yeah.
Chat, sound off with ideas.
This will go well.
Yeah.
Engineer your own virus and release it into the world.
No.
What was that?
The loser has to bioengineer their own virus and release it into the world.
All right.
That's interesting.
Or,
We'll keep
hear me
going
out.
with that.
Second one, the loser has to spend the summer in Haiti.
I veto that one as the co-host.
You do the first one, but not that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep these ideas in mind.
That's actually very fair.
As always, we'll start with the dog. So, Tendi, you're up first. Take us away with your dog for this.
Can we
week.
before we get into it? Where is Michael?
We don't know. MIA. He's in the chat. He's been blowing up the chat.
He's been in the chat. He was making Reddit references earlier.
NBA Cup
Yeah, he
talk.
mentioned something about the NBA Cup. The Knicks are not playing tonight. I did check on that. So, I mean, he's your
If
he's
he's
your brother.
watching non-Knicks NBA Cup games, I'm gonna be fucking livid.
He said,
Of course he is.
well, first of all, they get mad at me when I badger them, like, are we good for the stream? So I don't text them anymore. So Michael hit me
Bro.
with the, I'm not going to be available today at 9 a.m. So I was like, okay, does tomorrow work? And he's like, no reason provided. You know, maybe I'm too lenient as a boss. I don't know. Maybe I should like start cracking down and like.
Yeah, Dub, you need
I just
you
made
need to
one
put the hammer
comment.
down.
I made one comment when I was boozed up on like a Friday night, and then now all of a sudden you're all butthurt about you texting in the chat.
Limber, you
So
gotta
you want me
respect
to
the-
be-
you gotta
you want me to
respect
be-
the Dub.
Yeah.
Drunk words are sober thoughts. The booze
No.
just helps you get them out.
No. Dub, you spam me as much as you want.
All right, I'm gonna start being more authoritative, and then
I've
maybe
been on
next year-
every single week. I don't know what
next
the
year we'll
issue
figure-
is.
No, it's not you.
I'm gonna do some digging off air after the segment. I'll find out where Michael is.
This
Thank
will be a
you.
good lead-in for next week. If the viewers aren't happy with our picks, they'll come back to find out where Mikey was. All right, so where we were, we're starting off with the dog. Tendi, you're up first as the leader in the pack. What do you got?
Hometown boys,
Fuck.
Pats.
All right.
+1. So easy.
Yeah.
Secure
that's tough.
the playoffs. The Bills
Like
have escaped the past 3 weeks here. Not true, but they did have a good win. But whatever. Go Pats.
Cam?
All right, gonna have to go to my backup. Kind of foresee that happening. I like Minnesota +5.5. I think this is where Dallas starts to choke and be completely out of the playoff race. Minnesota coming off of a pretty good game out of 9, as we talked about earlier. Maybe not win this game, but I think they can keep it close.
Mark?
That was my 9 face. Sorry.
9 face.
That's how you need the eye
Uh,
blind.
I know. My dog of the week, Joey B and the Bengals against the Ravens. They're +2.5. I think they might win this game. Even with everyone healthy, the Ravens aren't putting up crazy numbers. They're not winning games convincingly. And the Bengals can put up numbers. The Ravens defense is still so hurt. Like, I think they only have 2 starters from opening day that are starting right now on their defense. So Joey B is going to carve them up. 2.5.
All right,
All right.
come on, W. I
Um,
need you to step up. Let's go.
The dog is not great for me this week. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers +4.5. I feel like that's way too wide, even if you think the Chiefs are winning this game. Divisional matchup. Chargers beat them earlier in the year. Yes, it's good. It's like must win for the Chiefs, but even when they win, they don't win by a lot. I mean, they were 3.5 against the Colts, so didn't cover that. So I think Chiefs may win, but Chargers cover 4.5. We'll go with them for the dog. Over, we're back to Tendi. What do you got?
Got a muck job here, but it's a low number. Browns, Bears. Let's see if Shadur can do it. Over 39 points. I mean, it's not crazy. The Bears are known to give up points, they're to score some points, and the Browns, who knows what happens any week with them. But
All right. Cam?
Kind of going off of what Mark said, I'm going to take the over in Baltimore Cincinnati at 51.5. I think Joey B continues with that high powered offense, and Baltimore can score enough to just get over that over. I kind of agree with Mark where I can see Cincy win this game outright, but if Baltimore even does win, I think they're going to have to put up points too. So I like Baltimore Cincy over 51.5.
Mark?
I am going to piggyback off Tendy's first pick. We're gonna go Bills, Pats. I think the number was 51. Nope, it's a straight 50. This is just like game of the year vibes. Like the stadium's gonna be bumping. Like the boys are gonna be ready to go. The offense are gonna look sick, and even if they don't, they're gonna get to 50. Cause game of the year vibes. So,
tournament game.
50.
Tournament game, Mark. Tournament game.
All right.
Tournament game.
All right, to wrap up, I'm going to go with a team who's been good for the over for me. I'm going to go with the Commanders and the Giants. We're going to need a lot of help out of the Commanders. But the Giants are a high-scoring team, 46.5, bad defenses on both sides at this point. And the Giants always score like 30 points, so I'm going with that. Other ones I don't like as much. Under, back to Tandy.
Because Jets play football, the Jets don't score points. Always bet the Jets under. So Jets Jaguars 41.5 should be pretty safe.
Cam?
Okay. I'm going to go with Green Bay, Denver. Both defenses, arguably the best in their conference. So I like under 42.5 in that one.
Mark?
I'm going Cardinals and Texans. It's 42.5. Texans defense is freaking sick. They held the Chiefs to like 10 points or whatever they held them to. And the Cardinals are not the Chiefs. So under 42.5.
All right. All my options are still there. I don't know what to do. I'm going to go.
You.
Means you have bad options.
Go with
I'm
your
gonna go-
A1 dub.
I'm going to go with the Titans and the 49ers under 44.5. I don't
like that.
envision the Titans scoring many points against the 49ers, and 49ers low-key haven't been scoring as much as recently. Still need to figure everything out with that offense back. I don't know. It's just their Titans are horrible, so I'm going to go with that. Last one we have is the favorite, Tendy.
Panthers -2.5 against the Saints. I think that they might win this game by 6 or 7. And
Stop. We don't do that.
That wasn't
on
even
pod.
rehearsed. That was off
No.
the rip. Let's go.
that was
Tendy.
just
That's
come on.
team
Don't
Yeah.
be. What are you being
Yeah.
hype with that? Don't get out of here with that.
I knew Lindbergh would hate it too. I knew
Yeah.
he was gonna hate it. No, but I think the Saints are terrible. The Panthers are probably gonna be in the playoffs this year, so they're still gonna. Who knows? The 2.5, that's fine. They're gonna beat the Saints, probably a bit more than that. I think that's a safe pick too.
Great
Good pick.
pick.
Yep.
Cam?
We're gonna go Thursday night. Give me Tampa -4.5. I think they are definition of a get right spot after choking to the Saints at home. I feel like, especially in prime time with all eyes on them, I feel like they need the national media back on their side and on Baker's side. So give me Tampa -4.5 to make a playoff push here at the end of the season.
All right, Mark.
All right.
Tendy said it before. The Jets play football, but the Jets don't score points. So we're gonna go Jaguars -13.
Wow,
Tough
so many
to cover
points.
when you don't have a quarterback that's ever played in the NFL. So Jets play football. Jets don't score points.
Is that who's starting for them this week?
Yes.
I thought it was Tyrod.
Mikey's still in the chat or what? A lot of Jets slander.
I don't think he's here, or else we'd be hearing from him.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, am I not allowed to take something from another game that I picked, or I have to pick all different games, or is that not a rule?
All
You
different
cannot
games.
pick. Yeah, you got to pick 4 different games.
Oh, all right. Guess we're going with the Packers -2.5.
I like it. I like that. That's fine.
Fuck the Broncos, Pats Nation. Let's go.
I
Oh, boy.
actually do like that. I almost took that for that reason.
All right. Well, that's it for the DOUF. Good luck. We'll come back with the punishment reward ideas. Mark, you wanted to be in on the college, so maybe you can call back in later on for the college segment, or any future thoughts? Anything else to add before we?
I have one question. Do we know if Philip Rivers is playing football in the NFL this weekend? Is that like a realistic thing that could happen?
He's signed to the Colts practice squad right now.
Oh, that's
I mean,
it. It's just
yeah.
practice squad.
I
As
think
of
we'll
right
know
now.
more tomorrow. Yeah,
He's expected to play this week.
that's
Also,
why.
shout
crazy.
out the DOUF boys. I'm kind of sad no one else said it. We had a pretty big golf tournament win this weekend, and we didn't get any credit from the boys. And
How
That's
the
the
fuck
reward.
were we supposed to know that?
it was all over ESPN. It was
Oh,
everywhere.
okay. Oh, my bad.
Send us an article. I'll post it on our Instagram.
Yeah, repost it.
Yes.
I'll
Get
send
some
you
real
some
clout.
pictures. We've got a bunch of pictures.
It'll be like look at our podcasters out in the world doing great things, winning golf tournaments.
Who'd you play against? The school, the deaf and the blind, or?
We shot 4 under together, so back off, bud. Can a deaf and a blind guy do that?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Par 3 course or?
Full course,
All right.
baby.
Okay.
So to
Why
get
do
to
you-
my future segment now, Mendoza to win the Heisman.
Yeah, what
He's a
was
lot.
this about? What is he like,
There's-
minus 500?
It's like
He's
minus
minus
1,000. Yeah.
I did some silly things, and I put a big chunk of change on that man to win the Heisman. To win, not a lot, to be
Yeah,
honest.
no shit.
So
He
just
will-
know that I
If
might need a
Pavia
loan.
wins, he will never financially recover from this.
Yeah, give me Jalen or give me saying. Why not?
Saying plus 40,000 right now.
Yeah, why not?
Pavia's second favorite right now.
Yeah, I hate Pavia though.
Dude, did you guys see the interview Mendoza gave after the Big Ten championship win?
No.
Yes.
Incredible.
It was insanity. Like the fact that man is that good at football and talks like that is mind blowing.
Does he have a face that makes it look like he cries, like Riley Leonard? Like
No, opposite.
less-
Exact
No.
opposite.
No, he doesn't have a cry face, but Julian Sayin definitely has a I throw temper tantrums face.
Fair. It's my Heisman winner right there.
So you come on and you have a future segment just to take something that's minus 1,000,
Yes.
Yes.
right?
I just want the boys to ride. I am heavily invested in my boy Fernando is his name, Mendoza. I was blanking on it for a
Yeah,
second.
you got it.
I just want the boys behind me. I need the support. I need the good vibes working in his minus 1,000 direction right now.
I don't think he needs our help for that, but
I didn't ask. I'm just asking you.
you
as
just
a
said you
favorite,
wanted
as
the
a-
boys to ride. It's exactly what you just said.
But I didn't ask if he needs your help. I am asking for your help.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm checking up
You
on
won't
some
catch me
other.
betting on something minus 1,000. ever.
I'm not
Thank you.
asking you to bet on it.
I support Fernando Mendoza for Heisman.
Thank you. That's all I need. That's all I need. Was that hard?
I
Cam,
support
did that
Julian.
look that hard?
I support Julian saying for Heisman.
You're a
Wow.
bitch ass.
Cam's about to put money on Pavia and whatever the guy's name is, and that might
I'm gonna have a
actually be-
time. I'm gonna have the greatest night whenever they win.
Jeremiah Love plus 25,000.
That won't
Yeah,
be
I'll
I'll
find
sprinkle
you.
on all of them. I'll sprinkle on all of them. Just
Mark-
I
to-
will.
Well,
If any of them win, I'm coming to your house to find you.
perfect. Sounds good.
All right. I don't know what that's all about. I'm checking up on some of your other picks. Peyton Pritchard currently plus 15,000 to win most improved.
Huge.
He
Double
is-
down.
he's like top 15, I think.
Jets under 4.5. They're starting a guy that probably played D2, so that looks good.
Yeah.
I actually gave out a great pick last week for Georgia to win it all. I don't know what their odds are.
Yeah, that
right
was.
now.
Yeah, I took that with the profit boost on the blue.
Yeah, I've had
They're
that for a
plus
while.
100,
I think
plus
I got them at
150.
like plus 1,100.
Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot.
I think I've got them at 11, and I've got Texas Tech at 1,500.
Nice. I like both those teams.
All right, so basically double the odds of what they are now.
Not bad for the kid.
Final
of course.
thoughts?
Mendoza minus 1,000.
Yeah, you're gonna need those
That's
to hit to make up
absurd.
for your Mendoza loss.
I love how you come in here and like it's a pick show, and then your pick is minus 1,000. Like that's just we gotta
Hot take. Hot take incoming from
Hey.
Mark and the DOUF boys.
They asked for winners. All right.
All
They
right.
asked for winners.
All right.
Dub, what happened the last time you took a bet that was more than minus 1,000?
Well, that's what I said. They put it. You guys put in Texas Tech minus 2,500 in a parlay. I'm like, I'm not taking that because I took a UFC fighter who was minus 1,500. He was the one leg that fucked it up. So I got a bad history with that type of thing.
Don't say
All right,
that right
Dub,
now. Mark's not going
Get
to sleep
off.
tonight.
Get off the train. Get off the train.
Get off the train.
Every bet I make the next week for college basketball, college football, I'm just going to add Fernando Mendoza to it. Minus-
Yeah, please
for
do.
slightly better odds.
That's so fucked up.
They better all hit, Mark. You're telling the boys to ride. They better hit.
All right. I have no doubt in my mind.
All right.
No doubt in my mind.
Oracle level.
Yes.
Yeah, Oracle shit. Minus 1,000.
Yeah,
Listen,
Oracle.
All the
I woke
votes
up
for
and it
Heisman
came to
were
me.
in. They were all in Monday night. So things would have leaked. The lines would have moved. Something crazy would have happened. He's still minus 1,000.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we got to get back to our show.
Mark was so convinced that it was a lock, and now he's shaking. He doesn't
Yeah,
know what
now
to
it's
do
like now
anymore.
Dub's on it. I'm fucked.
Yeah, dude. You can't tell me these things.
It's also your fault too. You asked for support and then Dub gave it to you, and then later you found out that he's actually the
That was
curse.
before I knew he was the ultimate, 4-digit odd jinx.
Yeah. Sorry about it.
Well, now you know.
Give me the field. Thank you.
All
All
right,
right, boys.
boys.
Good
It's
luck.
been a
Enjoy
pleasure.
your
Thank you
night.
so much.
You too. Tandy, be safe on your boat. We'll
Thank
see
you
you guys
guys.
next week.
Have a good one,
great-
boys.
Sounds good.
Great
Have a
time in
good
the
night.
Caribbean.
See you next
Peace.
week.
Yes, sir.
All right. Where were we? One game
Monday
left to
night?
go. Monday night.
This game fucked me so bad.
Really. This was like a fantasy game. If you're involved in any fantasy leagues, this was crazy watching this play out over a couple leagues I was in. Did make the playoffs in my $200 league, so fantasy segment of the week right there.
There you go.
Rat, did you watch this catch the masterpiece between the Eagles and the Chargers?
I didn't.
Okay.
Good.
Cam,
It was
thoughts?
fucking awful. It was a close game throughout, which I guess is entertaining, but also probably one of the sloppiest games between two decent teams that you're gonna see. I mean, Jalen Hurts turned it over 5 times, I think it was, twice on one play. It was a field goal battle, and then I had the Eagles in a bunch of parlays that would have, kind of saved my weekend. I did pretty decent on Saturday, but Sunday that Tampa Bay loss also killed me. So was really banking on the Eagles. I think I might be on Dub's side and avoiding, the multiple day parlays. It's like, you have all this anticipation just to get your heart broken at midnight on a Monday. So, yeah, I mean, this Eagles team makes me very worried, putting money on them. But at the same time, deep down, it's like that roster is just so good. I feel like they're eventually going to figure it out come playoff time. But I don't know. It's
Look at the 2023 team, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But and then this Chargers team's the same. We've talked about it so much on this pod where the Chargers are arguably the most inconsistent team throughout the entire NFL. I give Herbert credit for winning a game with a broken hand, but I mean, I don't know. Just very sloppy on both sides, a lot of turnovers, stupid mistakes. I don't like either of these teams, honestly, for the playoffs, even though the Eagles can, kind of turn things on, you would think, but they haven't all year. So I don't know. That's all I got.
I actually had the opposite experience of you. I did pretty bad on Saturday between UFC, college basketball, college football. Turned it all around with NFL. We actually made a couple bucks this weekend, so that was hype,
There you
including
go.
my running back parlay, which we'll get to the Focus 5, but Focus 5 had a crazy week. Hampton and Saquon both scored in this game. But yeah, from a game perspective, I didn't turn this on to the fourth quarter, watched the Chargers get a field goal, and I was like, I probably should be sleeping because I'm still fucking sick, so I didn't stay up to watch overtime, and that sounds like I didn't miss much.
No, it was terrible.
Well, that does it for week 14. So let's get to week 15. Back to full slates. No more bye weeks. 5 games at 4 o'clock, which is going to be a rare sight because they're going to do the Saturday games. and still got one on Thursday. So Sunday's looking pretty stacked just in terms of the amount of games that we'll be watching. But first, we have a Thursday night battle between two NFC South teams, the Falcons and the Bucs. As the new spread leader, I will go first, and I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -4.5. I know, Cam, you picked them for the DOUF as your favorite. I love that pick, too. I had it on my board. I think, the Falcons are just a dead team to me, and until they prove otherwise, I don't know how I'm going to take them. Like, they lost to the Jets, got blown out last week to the Seahawks, now on the road in a Bucs team that desperately needs this win. I think all signs lead to the Bucs -4.5. You can go ahead with your pick as well if you have any additional thoughts.
Yeah. No, I mean, I kind of mentioned it in the DOUF, but I mean, definition of a get right spot. You kind of pointed out how the Falcons might be dead. Nothing really left to play for. Now they've been officially eliminated, I think you said, from the playoffs. At home, I mean, I feel like it's good for them to have a short week. That way they don't have that loss from last week still in their head. Just, you know what? Let's go fucking kick the shit out of the Falcons and take back control of this division. And hopefully win out. But yeah, that's all I got. Bucs -4.5.
Quarterback out for the year as well. Rat, will you be joining the squad or going with the Kirk Cousins-led Falcons here?
I can't take the bait. I was so close to taking the bait, but then hearing you talk, and before the podcast, I was saying this is such an easy week. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I'm just going to take the Falcons. And I would take Bucs money line even if I think whatever. I mean, this is purely just Dubs too confident. I'm taking the Falcons.
I love this board.
Wow.
That's fine. I mean, I've been doing pretty good this year, so we'll see who prevails.
It's your first week on top in 2 years. Let's fucking calm down.
I've been doing good betting wise. Focus 5, I'm winning. DOUF, I'm horrible. I will say that. But the picks, we're doing 55%. That's a gambler's dream, either I'm winning or not.
Agreed.
Next game, Michael's team, the Jets. I might have to change my pick on this one after learning some news. But Cam, we'll start with you. What do you got for this one?
Yeah, I'm also in the same boat as you. I originally had the Jets +12.5, and then learning that this guy's getting his first start.
Hold up. Well, I don't want to misguide you. We might have been misguided by the DOUF boys.
Okay.
Yahoo Sports reporting Jets appear to have just Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields ready for Week 15.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stick with my gut. Fuck the DOUF boys. We are coming back in the DOUF right now, so I'm gonna take the Jets +12.5. I think this is maybe a letdown spot for the Jags. Maybe not to lose, but I don't think they can blow this Jets team out. I just feel like they've been playing almost too well, and it seems like something's gonna come back to bite them in the ass at some point. So I think the Jets keep it close. 12.5 is one of the biggest spreads on the board. I like the Jets +12.5.
Rat, what do you think for this one?
I'm gonna take the Jags. I've been on the Jets. I think I bet on plus 13.5 twice actually this year, and both times they lost. This just seems like the perfect spot to take the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Jags. The Jags are a way better team. The Jets are the worst team ever, and I don't want to watch this game.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Don't get it twisted. I'm going with the Jets as well. 12.5 points. Also, in our contention for most inconsistent team, it's either the Jaguars or the Jaguars and the Chargers. Don't know what you're going to get on any given day with the Jaguars, so I'll take the Jets +12.5. Great stream by myself here. But I don't know.
I'm back.
I think 12.5 is
It's egregious.
Yeah, especially because the Jets don't really play like high-scoring games at times.
No. Like, I feel like this Jets defense, honestly, is still played somewhat decent, even though they got rid of Quinn and Sauce. I know last week they looked like shit against Miami, but I don't know. I kind of, like I said earlier, this Jacksonville team, you mentioned it, one of the most inconsistent teams in football, and this just seems like everything's going too well for Jacksonville. So at some point, I feel like it's going to have to turn around.
I'm now reading a Rich Kamini little blurb on ESPN. The Jets QB situation is dire. Tyrod Taylor groin and Justin Fields knee aren't practicing Wednesday, so rookie Brady Cook will get first-team reps in practice. Aaron Glenn wouldn't say Cook will start Sunday against the Jaguars. He wants to see how the week progresses. As insurance, the Jets re-signed Adrian Martinez to the practice squad. Martinez was cut Tuesday by the 49ers. Could the Jets roll out a Cook-Martinez tandem on Sunday? Shades of the final preseason game.
That makes me not like my pick anymore. But you know what?
Yeah, you should just switch it over, really.
Nah, I'm gonna stick
No
with
switching. Never switch.
No,
Jets,
yeah, just go with
Jets
the gut.
plus 12.5.
Yep.
All right. Well, a game that's more interesting on a playoff level, fan level. Obviously, all Patriots fans on the pod. Rat, we start with you this time. Bills at Patriots plus 1.5.
I was really sad when I saw that Vegas was giving the Bills the favorite here. It makes no sense. I'm just gonna take the Patriots. Fuck Vegas. Fuck the Bills. The Patriots offense is so solid. The Bills are so back and forth, schizophrenic. Like they probably play like 2 losing quarters every game. They just play. Their good quarters are amazing. I don't think the Patriots are gonna give that to them this week. I think Pats are gonna win.
Yep. I wasn't on the wave of what Cam was doing every week and just taking the Pats, but this year I've done it. It's worked out a lot. So them being plus 1.5 at home, I think that's going to be a major advantage for the Pats. You're basically just picking who you want. I'll take the home team, the team that's beat the Bills before. We've seen it. This game does make me nervous. Obviously, this week and next week are going to be huge for the Pats season moving forward. Can we get that 1 seed? Can we get that bye week? Can we win the division? Also, I know there's like some scenarios out there. I don't know the specific ones, but special announcement: we might be boots on the ground. I might be boots on the ground this week at the game. Some things are pending, some things in the work, but we'll see if it happens. Of course, I'll try and impact the game as much as I can from probably like 500 yards away. But I like the Pats because I'm also going to be there, so they better win because every game I've gone to, they've won. So we're going with the Pats plus 1.5. Cam, finish this out here. What do you got?
Yeah. You've kind of mentioned it. I have been taking the Pats on the spread basically every game for the past 2 years. Last year, didn't go so well, but this year, like you said, it's done extremely well as, they are tied for the best record in football. I just feel like this would be the perfect spot for the Bills to win if the Patriots were favored. Just because, it's a divisional matchup late in the season. Buffalo might be starting to figure it out on offense at least. And now that the fact that the line still has Buffalo as favorites, I think is perfect for the Patriots being still going into this game as, tied for the best record. Underdog mentality still there at home. Mark said it could be potentially game of the year. And we're getting, some players back. I know Tonga's coming back, or at least he practiced early this week. So it looks like it's green lights for him. I'm extremely excited for this game. I'm pumped that Dub might be boots on the ground. I wish I could be there. But, no, I'm not flying back home. Fuck that. But, no, this is going to be a really entertaining game. Going to be probably getting a couple noise complaints in my apartment watching it. Or I might just go to the Bills bar and create havoc. So we'll see. But
I was going to say Bills bar.
Yeah, I did that first Sunday night and it didn't go so well. And I had to leave early because I was, tempting a fist fight. But no,
tempting a fist fight.
Yeah, I was, I was being cordial, but they were not liking it. So either way, give me the Pats, keep it rolling. Huge week. I think this is, the start of hopefully a great postseason run in the year 1 of Mike Vrabel and Drake May.
A 2-week test, you could say it as well.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So
wait, what about this though? If you're the Patriots, do you want to win this game if you know you're playing the Bills in the playoffs?
I don't give a fuck. I want the highest record. I want home field.
You don't care about
that.
You can't think about that. There's too many weeks left.
I've been trying to go on that wave betting for playoffs, and that doesn't really apply anymore. The 3 play team.
I was asking that more hypothetically. I think the only thing that matters right now is the 1 seed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but even like
really
you're going to beat a team 3 times, like that doesn't even fucking happen sometimes when you play a team.
Yeah, that is
sometimes
the
you just
sketchy
own a
thing.
team.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with playing them and beating them. I don't give a fuck. And we need that bye week because I don't want to go to Denver.
Agreed.
And Denver has a tough game this week. I don't know what the rest. I'm actually going to look at their schedule. But all right.
It's pretty hard. They have a pretty tough schedule.
All right, moving ahead. We have a weird matchup here, the Browns and the Bears. I'm seeing this one, and I know the Bears don't win games by more than 3 points, so I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns to cover 7.5. Shadur is, becoming a marketing piece for the NFL, so I think he's going to be able to keep this game within one score. It might be really low scoring, it might be really high scoring, but I don't see the Browns losing by more than 7.5. I'm going to go with them in Chicago. It is a get back spot for the Bears. 7.5 hook though. I'm going with the Browns to cover that. Cam, we kick it to you.
Yeah, the hook's kind of sketchy, especially with that Browns defense, but you kind of mentioned it, kind of a get right spot for the Bears. The Bears need as many wins as they can. We've talked about how tight that NFC playoff, stretch looks like and teams getting in and out. So Chicago needs this game way more than I feel like that kind of goes toward the Browns too. They have nothing to lose at this point, but I don't know. 7.5 is kind of annoying. If I were to bet it, I'll probably buy it down to 6.5 or 7. But for the sake of the Dubcast, going to take Chicago here minus 7.5. Even though I've been notoriously not a fan of Caleb, but I think they get it done against this shitty Shador-led team.
Rat, you got a tie to break here. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you, Dub. I like the Browns here. I think the Bears are gonna win, but even in their wins, they win by 2 points, 1 point every time. I think it's gonna be one of those games. It sucks betting on the Browns. I'm not actually gonna bet on the Browns.
Yeah, I made that mistake of throwing it in the parlay last week, and that was a fail.
Yeah.
As we
Browns
mentioned,
parlay is fucking insane.
well, it was like I had 3 decent favorites. I was like, I need something close. So I just put in the Browns because they'll definitely beat the worst team in the NFL, right? No. Moving ahead, AFC North, continuing on with that division, just coming off the Browns game, but Ravens-Bengals. Mark had this as his dog for the DOUF, the Bengals plus 2.5. Cam, will you be applying the same logic, or think Lamar gets it back here and wins this game?
I think this is a must-win for Baltimore. I think almost every game is a must-win for Baltimore at this point. And we've kind of talked about it. Anything less than 3 for a spread is basically betting on a team to win. So I like Baltimore minus the points here. I know it's on the road in the division. Joe Burrow's back, but I don't know. It just seemed kind of, Cam mentioned it when we were recapping last week, or Rat, I should say, to not confuse the viewers. But I mean, this Ravens team can potentially win the division and then be one of the scariest teams facing the playoffs. And that starts in this week. This will kind of determine how I feel about them betting wise for the rest of the year. But I'm still going with that same mindset. I think Baltimore ultimately wins the division and it starts this week. Baltimore minus 2.5.
Rat?
Completely agree. People are just like so on Joe Burrow, but they still have the same problem. They have a horrible defense.
Yeah.
And I think the Ravens need a win, and they're going to get a win.
I'm going with the Bengals plus 2.5 in Cincy. I think there's a weird thing here where, Joe Burrow kind of owns the Chiefs' place, and maybe he's kind of owning the Ravens over the past couple of years. Seems to always play them well, at least. So I'm going to go with the Bengals plus 2.5. And from what I'm seeing on the Ravens right now, it's all falling apart. Like, they're kind of reminding me of an AFC version of the Eagles, just less wins and maybe a little bit more desperation because they don't have a playoff spot. But the coaching thing is a problem. Lamar has been a problem with the ball. Derrick Henry is fumbling all of this year. There's all types of issues in Baltimore. Defense hurt, like Mark mentioned. I'm going with the Bengals plus 2.5 as a dog here.
No, not to get too much off the rails, you kind of just brought it up, though. Do you think, we could also talk about it with the Steelers when we get there, but do you think Harbaugh potentially getting fired or mutually parting ways is a realistic possibility?
So I have a friend who's a Ravens fan, and he wants Harbaugh gone. So
I feel like both those those fan bases, the Steelers as well, want their head coach gone, which I understand. But at the same point, or in the same sentence, who do you get to potentially
that's the
replace?
thing. It's what's the greener grass?
Yeah, it's sure, that team hovers around 500 every year, but do you want to get the coach where you guys absolutely tank and then fire that coach and then go through a coaching carousel until you find potentially the next Harbaugh that will give you 15 years of consistency? I don't know. That's what I just don't understand about all these coaching changes. We kind of talked about it in college too, but I don't know.
I think the Tomlin thing has ran its course, but
I agree. I think it's more likely Tomlin than Harbaugh.
Harbaugh probably has another year or two before they really start to think about that.
Yeah.
Especially if this year goes bad. All right. What was that, Raj? You have something?
Well, you can't. Steelers make the playoffs. somehow win a playoff game, then
Yeah,
how
exactly.
much does that buy
No,
Tomlin?
but they're gonna get the 7 seed and then lose by 20 like they do every year. Or I guess they'd have to win the division this year. I don't know, but they always finish they always finish 9-7 or whatever it is, 9-8 now.
Yeah.
10-7, one of those. Play the first game. It's always like the Saturday night game. Last year was against the Ravens. Just lose by 2 to 3 touchdowns. Never really in the game, but they made the playoffs. They were the 7 seed, and they wouldn't make the playoffs. So this was like 5 years
they're
ago.
probably gonna have to play the Bills. They're probably gonna be the 4 seed, have to play the Bills and lose by 30 again. Like every year.
I remember like one of Big Ben's last years, they played the Chiefs and just got like demolished. Like it's sad to watch. I want the Steelers to change because it's like we know what we're getting out of them every single time, and it's boring. All right, we'll go to this game, the Cardinals and the Texans. We all had a lot of positive things to say about the Texans, a lot of negative things to say about the Cardinals. So, Rat, we start with you this time. Texans minus 9.5. What are you thinking here?
That's a good lead off. Yep, Cardinals, easy pick here.
Wow.
The Texans just like why 9.5 in Texans? Like, sure, the Texans are a great team that gets a lot of wins, but they win close games. They win gritty games. This is not the spot to like let off the gas and just take the Texans here. Like, if you look closely, you go, you know what? Let me just take the 9.5 points and let me take a deep breath.
I'm with you 100%. I'm on the Cardinals plus.
Wow.
Can't make it.
Oh no, is Dub gone?
Yeah, Dub's frozen.
Dude, this happened last week several times. I don't know if you're watching, but as he tries to come back, you kind of can tell with my facial expression. I'm going the opposite direction as you two. I think this is a perfect reason to look at it completely different. Arizona Cardinals are one of the worst teams in the NFL with their backup quarterback playing and out of conference matchup going on the road. I think Houston kind of gets their mojo of we can be one of the better teams in the AFC conference. And I think they win by 10 points or more. I think they can hold Arizona to less than a touchdown overall throughout the game, honestly. Could see it being like Arizona scores 3 or 7 and Houston just has to put up 17 to win. So I think that I like that Houston matchup at home, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And also I kind of need to pick some different games than Dub to, I know we have plenty of weeks left, but he's up by 2 games. We can't be being chalk picks between two of us.
I like this spot to take Texans defense anytime touchdown score.
I like that too.
You got Brissett. They're losing. He's just going to be firing the ball away against that insane defense. Like,
looks like we got back. So I kind of you good?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I kind of gave my spiel. I'm taking Houston minus 9.5. Not going to repeat everything I said, but I just feel like it's a good spot. West Coast team out of conference going into a Houston team that's been playing pretty well. I think they win by more than 9.5, but sounded like you were going the opposite way.
Yeah, well, I'm going with the Cardinals. This game reminded me a lot of the Bears game where the Texans don't win games by more than like 1 to 4 points, really. And yeah, the Cardinals are bad, but Jacoby Brissett does play close sometimes. And I mean, I feel like this is Vegas overreacting to the Texans being all of a sudden this hot team. Like 9.5 points is way too many points for the Cardinals who keep it competitive in spots. So this internet shit is pissing me off. My landlord was here today.
Dude, talk to your landlord. What the fuck are we doing?
She was here today, but I guess they didn't install the connector. They're going to do it next Friday. Luckily, I can go on my phone, though, and actually have access to the banners and stuff. So we'll keep it moving to another big game. Spreads.
Jesus.
Crazy this week. 11.5 for the Eagles. I'm going with the Raiders plus 11.5. I think the Eagles will win this game, but it's going to come down to the wire. I don't think they blow them out. I think the Eagles are really reeling, and when that city and that team and that coach starts to face the flames and the uprage and the outrage and whatever, it gets really difficult. So I think they do get back in the winning tracks here, but 11.5, and it is the worst team in the NFL, arguably at least top 3 or 4, the Raiders. But this being so low, like this should be 13.5, 17.5. Eagles play close games. They play down to their competition. Sometimes they play even below their competition from what we've seen the past couple weeks. I can't in good conscience take the Eagles minus 11.5. So I'm going with the Raiders plus 11.5. Cam, what do you think?
This was my least favorite game to pick to start, but I'm gonna continue going against my gut, and I'm gonna take Philly minus the points here. Think it's a get right spot. Like you said, 11 and a half is a lot, but at the same time, 2 touchdowns, even a little bit more than 10, still gets you to cover at home against one of the worst teams at a conference play as well. And it's also I kind of disagree with you when it comes to all of like the hype and all the bad noise coming from the Philly media. Like this happened last year when they were being successful, and it was every week it was we want Sirianni fired. Maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe it's not direct towards Sirianni and more the players right now or the offensive coordinator, but they actually kind of played better throughout that stretch towards the back half of last year. And maybe this is the perfect week to get back on track, get everybody some touches, put up a lot of points, keep everybody happy, and maybe shut the fans up for a couple of days. I'm going to go with Philly minus 11 and a half here.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Cam there. I think the Eagles. I mean, people forget. You take a gander over on down to the Eagles' schedule. They've played just only good teams.
Yeah.
The entire year they played only good teams. They're gonna have a chance to just stick to the basics and demolish the Raiders. I think if they just play a basic Eagles game with their rosters, they're gonna win by 35. I'm maxing out the spread on this bet.
What's the max spread you can do?
I'll tell you right now. And you know what? I'll even place it. All right, what do we got? Game lines. 25.5 plus 471. That's what DraftKings gives you.
Yeah, I was looking at the green as well. All right, well, I don't know. They did lose to the Giants early on in the season. I don't think this is going to be as easy skating as you guys think. And also, the Eagles have burned me. Every week I take them, they lose. Every week I don't take them, they lose. It seems like they're on a skid right now. So I'm going with that. Man of the arena with the Raiders. All right, next one. AFC West divisional matchup. Cam, we start with you here. Chargers, an inconsistent team. The Chiefs, obviously, we want to see their downfall continue. A very important game for them to keep their hopes alive in this Week 15 matchup. What do you got for this one?
I think I'm betting more with my heart than my head here. I feel like this is kind of like the lingering Kansas City Chiefs. Everybody's doubting them and they win this game. But I also liked your comments when we were going through the DOUF. This could be the final nail in the coffin for the Chiefs. You don't want to see Patty in the playoffs. This Chargers team is, even though they've been more inconsistent, I think they've played better look at the records. And I think they've played better than the Chiefs for the majority of the year. So I think the wrong team's honestly favored in this matchup. So I'm going to take the Chargers plus 4.5. Even if Kansas City wins, I think we've kind of talked about they don't really blow teams out in the past couple of years. I think Kansas City could win by a field goal, which would still cover the spread, but I also can see the Chargers winning this game outright. So give me Herbert and the Chargers plus 4.5.
Rat, you made a little face while Cam was giving his pick. Sounds like
No, I actually completely agree with what Cam says. The Chiefs just can't cover 4.5. That's way too much. I am going to take the Chiefs minus 4.5. So the line right now is at 5.5. The line right now is at 5.5. I'm going to take the Chiefs minus 4.5 on this show. But if I bet it, which I doubt I will, I would bet the Chiefs money line and just eat all the points.
Parlay it, maybe. Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. Interesting. Well, I already gave my pick for the dog. Wasn't my favorite pick on the board, but it was one that I am confident enough to say I like it. So I do like the Chargers plus 4.5. I think this could be a similar situation to the Colts game where maybe the Chiefs win by field goal late, even win by 2 points, something like that. This is going to be probably a low-scoring game. The Chargers don't really score a lot, especially when they play these tougher defenses. Chiefs' offense has been kind of out of whack with Kelsey and a bunch of other guys looking really different from a couple years ago. So I'll go with the Chargers plus 4.5, reaffirming my pick from the DOUF. Next one, we have NFC East divisional game between two teams. I don't know if the Giants are officially eliminated. I'm assuming they are. Rat, you lead us off here with the Jane Daniels Commanders heading into New York off a bye.
This game sucks.
We got to pick them all.
That's the Dubcast special, baby.
Wait, so is Mariota playing or is Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels is not out for the season, but he's out for this game for sure. So it's Mariota.
And do we have what's his name?
Dart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Giants. Dart's a little bit of a fun guy. He's fun. I hate his face. His face is horrible, but he plays kind of fun. So hopefully the Giants win and it's fun.
I got to go with my guy, Mariota, plus 2.5. Don't know how many times we're going to fall for this trap as they lost 8 straight and have barely covered down that stretch, but they make for fun TV as well. Did we not forget 2 or 3 weeks ago that Sunday night game against the top seed in the AFC, or now the Broncos in Denver?
Well, scared.
No, that wasn't in Denver. That was in Washington.
Did you bet that game, Dub?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think I did.
It was when I spent like an hour and a half screaming at you to take the over and the comedy spread.
No, I didn't touch that.
This guy invites me on the podcast. I have no picks. The next 3 weeks, I just slash all my bets. I'm up so much right now, and then he comes back on, and I have no good picks this week. All right, whatever.
Well, it is Wednesday. Maybe things will materialize.
Well, don't worry. You can always bet Mendoza minus 1,000.
Yeah.
My focus 5 would be like plus 45 units right now if I had played the last 3 weeks.
Damn.
Well, maybe we'll have to make a call to management.
Probably like plus 3.
We'll have to talk to the production team if Michael's not able to join us on a consistent basis. Maybe that's an off-air conversation.
We could add a 4th panel.
It's okay. I like every once in a while.
Right. You don't want to. In your heart of hearts, you don't want to do this every week.
This is tough. This is a grind. People think that we're just on here like making picks, having fun. It's a marathon.
It's an assignment.
All right. What do you think about this game, Cam?
Yeah, you're the tiebreak here.
Yeah, give me the best backup quarterback in football, Marcus Mariota.
Mac Jones.
Fair. Well, Mac Jones should be a starter, so that's my argument there.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
So, but Marcus Mariota, I don't think is a starter, but best backup quarterback in football. I think the wrong team's favored, even though it's a divisional matchup on the road. I like the Skins here, plus 2.5. I kind of want to see the Giants and Dart kind of just, flame out. It's, I feel like they've been playing somewhat decent with Dayball gone, but I just feel like something's going to be going terribly wrong towards the end of the season. They're going to need massive changes, not only roster-wise, but obviously coaching-wise. And I think the Skins are kind of due. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The battle of, like the Davids, like it's not Dave versus Goliath. It's 2 fucking Davids. So who's the better David? I think Marcus. I take Marcus over Dart. I don't like Dart's real like flashy personality. I know you might kind of want that in New York, but I want that old school Skins team, and Marcus Mariota is it. So give me the Skins plus 2.5.
All right. Interesting. I thought I'd be alone on that one for sure. All right. Next one we have is the Colts and the Seahawks. Seahawks minus 13.5. Another big one on the board. I'm going to go with my usual tendencies and go with Uncle Phil. I'm going Colts plus 13.5. It's going to look cool at some point, hopefully at the beginning, and they keep in the game. I feel like the Seahawks have been kind of shaky. Like we expect them to just beat teams by 30, and then all of a sudden they're losing they're beating the Titans by like 4 points. I don't know. I'm just doing this for a fun pick, and honestly, as you've kind of sensed through my pick so far, I just love all the dogs this week. I love the big spreads, the underdogs, and the spread mostly. We'll continue on. We'll see how that continues on. But I like the Colts plus 13.5. They still have everything on their team except for the quarterback. And Philip
just
Rivers,
the biggest part of the NFL team. But
yes, but you have a running back who is touted to be the MVP by one of our podcasters in our network a couple weeks ago. Michael Pittman. They still have all those wide receivers. They still have Tyler Warren. Defense has been okay. I think the Colts can cover 13.5. It's going to be a tall task, but I think they can do it. It's a lot of points. So Uncle Phil, take us to the promised land. Cam, what do you think?
I kind of want to root for your bet just because it would be fun, but I also am really nervous that Philip Rivers is going to get like decapitated in this game, and just like I obviously don't wish for that, but it's like very scary thinking a guy 5 years off of not playing a single, not even like a practice snap, like legit 5 years not playing, completely retired, up for the Hall of Fame this year.
He coaches, I think.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah, he
taking an NFL practice
he ball
snap.
around with his grandson. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, like that's completely different. I feel like it's obvious Seattle minus 13.5, which is also kind of scary, but I don't know. I can't bet for Indy here. I'm taking the Seahawks minus 13.5. I'll let Rat make his pick, but then I have a question to follow up on after.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Colts here.
Wow.
It's a
All
tough
right.
pick to make, but I mean, they still have that run game. I mean, I really don't think Daniel Jones is that good. I think they had a really strong run game, which leads to a really strong pass game. And they played horrible teams, and I think that's kind of what their formula was. But the basis of that was still a good run game, and you don't need a good quarterback for that. Usually,
You need a quarterback for that though. That's my only issue. But anyways, going back
Colts
to my
traditionally have a good
question.
offensive line, though, too. I don't know how
Yeah.
this year specifically is, but I know they have a bunch of guys on that offensive line.
So I don't know if it's Darnold being the quarterback, but does this Seahawks team not just reek of exactly what the Minnesota Vikings were last year?
No, I think this team's better.
I mean, they're blowing teams out. We'll see.
Yeah,
They
I
got some
feel-
good games.
They are on schedule watch, though. I was looking
They're-
at their schedule, and it wasn't great.
I just feel like the Vikings kind of did the same. I feel like the Vikings blew out a lot of like the teams that they should blow out, and then they end up beating some really good teams too. And I just don't know if I trust. This is more of like a futuristic question, but statement. But I just don't really trust Sam. Leading a team deep into the playoffs. This is probably the best defense he's had, which I guess is a little bit of a different variable. But I don't know. I'm just getting way too much of like that Minnesota Vikings team from last year kind of vibe. I just wasn't sure if you guys felt the same.
I don't think this team will make a far run. I think maybe they're like a divisional round team, like second round. But let me read off the schedule because we like to expose schedules, right?
Yeah, Dub's totally right. This is bad.
Here's the wins. Stop me when you hear a good win. Steelers, Saints, Cardinals, Jaguars, Texans, Commanders, Cardinals again, Titans, Vikings, Falcons.
So Jags and Texans back to back.
Yeah,
I
but that's when the Texans were kind of down bad though, and I mean,
yeah. Well, the Jags are also frauds. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying. They could be frauds. But when you blow out teams like they've been doing,
I mean, the Patriots have done a similar thing, so it's like I can't really shit that much on the Seahawks.
To their credit, all
either,
three of their losses, 4 points to the 49ers, 3 points to the Bucks, 2 points to the Rams. Like they've been in those games, and Darnold threw 4 picks, and they almost still beat the Rams. Like that's crazy. So we'll wait and see what they're. I think they're more of a matchup dependent team. Like I would like that Vikings team against anybody, but I thought the Rams was a horrible draw for them last year. Like I think they could have beat a couple of those teams. If they had won the division or whatever. So
fair enough.
I'm not out on them. I think they're a good team. I like JSN. They got the running back thing going. I think they'll be okay in the playoffs. I think we'll have to see who they play. That's kind of where I'm at on it. But moving ahead, our favorite team to talk about in this podcast, the Tennessee Titans, are 12.5-point dogs in San Francisco, coming off their second win last week. I forget where we let off. Anyone?
This is easy. I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. Give me the 49ers minus 12.5. Fluke win against a shitty team last week. I think everything comes to fruition this week. 49ers looking to make a playoff push. This at home too. I mean, what are we even fucking talking about? Titans lose by
I completely agree with you, and I'm going to take the 49ers minus 12.5 as well. But why is it only 12.5? That's the only thing I don't get.
They're not even the biggest spread on the board.
17.5. It should be 17.5.
Yeah, I think it's because they won last week, and people are like, "Oh shit," because the Browns have a good defense. I don't know.
But they're the Browns. It's like the Jets. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Doug, go ahead and pick Tennessee, please.
I'm not.
Give me a free win.
This is one of my only favorites I like on this board.
Is this our first team ride?
Yeah. It just makes too much sense for the 49ers to win this game by like 17 points or more. I don't know. There's not much really to even talk about.
Exactly.
It's like the Titans, they pop their head up and cover every once in a while, and then the next week to instantly fade them. So that's what I'm just going off here.
They're just on the ban list.
Watch out. 49ers could do anything this year. 49ers could win the Super Bowl.
Great.
No one has talked about them at all. Like, they're right there. They're 9-4. They could easily win the division, be the 1 seed.
Tough thing is that division, they probably have to play the Seahawks and the
Yeah.
They play Seahawks week 18.
okay. I'll
Yeah,
pull
I
up
think
the
that's
schedule
it.
real quick. They already got their 2 games in against the Rams.
Yeah, they split
Colts, that looks like an easy game now. Bears. Okay. I don't hate it. Next one is a game I picked for my favorite, but Rat, we'll start with you. The Green Bay Packers in Denver. Denver plus 2.5. You like the home dogs. Does this one appeal to you?
I do like home dogs. This is interesting.
Bet with your heart, kid. You know what you want to say.
I think this is one of the more interesting lines of the week from like a
Agreed.
Vegas perspective.
Can I just take the under and then up?
Not how the pod works, brother.
I want the under in this game. That's my real pick.
You can say that, but you also
yeah,
have
you
a
can-
spread pick.
yeah.
For the record.
These 2 teams, my goodness. Yeah, give me the Broncos. Fuck the Packers. They suck.
All
The
right.
Packers suck.
He's
The
just
Packers
going
are
field.
schizophrenic. Good luck in that weather, oxygen. Big old, what's his name? That Michael person? Yeah, Michael Parsons. He's gonna.
The best
gonna
thing is
struggle.
watching the Packers against like anyone, and you're around people who are over the age of like 40. You just hear like 7 different enunciations of his first name. It's like Mika, Micah, Michael.
Michael, Mike.
Yeah,
Micah.
I think this is a good spot to be like the Packers are doing really good and the Broncos need to lose. But the Broncos just like they just keep winning. They're just a team that wins. I don't know why or how, but whatever. Give me the Broncos. What do you
Yeah,
got,
don't love the line, but this is what wasn't my favorite from the DOUF. I'm going to stick with that pick. Packers minus 2.5. I've been kind of waiting on the Broncos to lose a game. They've been on a winning streak, and I've picked them at points, haven't picked them at other points, but I think it all comes crashing down when a real team comes into their stadium, and I just feel like they're due for a loss. Maybe you could say the same thing about the Patriots when they keep winning. I just feel like there's too many teams with bloated records right now. I think the Broncos are one of them, and maybe the Packers even. I don't know, but Packers are playing well post Toyota Thon, Jordan Love.
Is Toyota Thon at the same time every year? Is it just can you just
Yeah,
say
I
like
think that's
November
it.
and December Jordan Love?
No, it's
I think it's
Toyota.
like right after Thanksgiving or something like that.
So
Yeah, 'cause that's when he turned up. He turned up initially. He turned up initially 2 years ago after Thanksgiving, or on Thanksgiving, I think, and this year he did too. I don't think he played last Thanksgiving, but I'm going with the Packers minus 2.5. I'll do some research into this. Cam, break the tie here. What do you got?
I'm going with you, Dub. Also, Cam loved the under. This was my under pick in the DOUF, so completely agree with that. But for the sake of the pod, gonna go with the Packers here minus 2.5. Also betting with my heart over my head, but it's also my head also kind of leans Packers. I would love to see the Broncos lose, Patriots win. That's the best case scenario going into week 16 after this. So I would love to see Green Bay go into Denver. I think it's going to be a gritty matchup, but I think Green Bay comes out. I think I have more faith in Green Bay's offense than I do in Denver's. Maybe more specifically around the quarterback, but I also really like Josh Jacobs in their running game. I don't know. It's something telling me Green Bay. So, and it's kind of weird how they're the road favorite, especially against, the number 1 seed currently in the AFC, but I like Green Bay minus 2.5 here.
So Toyota Thon runs from mid-November to early January.
Okay.
And they're 11-5 with Jordan Love throwing 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and completing 68% of his passes.
Dog.
In non-Toyota Thon games, they're 7-9, 29 touchdowns, 20 picks. So interesting little note there.
Overrated. He's overrated.
I mean, you kind of mentioned it.
As a Patriots fan, I really, really hope the Packers win up. Of course, you need this. This is like a must-win for the Packers as a Patriots fan.
And it's also
the Broncos have a little mini gauntlet. Sorry, Chiefs, Chargers, and this game. I think they play. They have one other shitty team they play, but I mean, we need them to lose a couple of these.
I mean, you mentioned this when you were picking your DOUF, Dub. Like the Packers getting hot at the right time. And sure, Denver's been winning games, but I wouldn't necessarily call it, like a hot streak on how they've been playing. I know Green Bay's grinded out some wins, but I feel like overall they've been more consistent, like I said, on both sides of the ball, and they're really picking it up later on in the year. So especially as they're getting healthier too, I just feel like they're going to be more explosive down the field. So I really like this Green Bay pick here.
All right. Another great matchup. These are at 4 o'clock, so 4 o'clock is actually looking decent for once. The Lions and the Rams. Rams minus 5.5 at home, coming off a big win over the Cardinals. I feel like the Rams win every time, but I'm going to go with the Lions plus 5.5. Just need it more in this game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal, maybe at the end. I wish this game was kind of in prime time to just have that prime time effect, make it a little closer. But I just feel like 5.5 is a little too egregious. I think maybe this would be like a 3.5 spot, 2.5 spot for the Rams if I had to make the line. So I'm going to go with the Lions. Another team that's getting hot right now. A couple big wins. I think they have either 1 or 2 wins in a row, which isn't that hot. But I don't know. They seem to get it back altogether. Amon-Ra toughened through and getting back on the field last week. He's kind of their difference maker. Plus, with Gibbs just going like literally insane right now, I'm taking the Lions plus 5.5. I do like the Rams. I think they're the favorites come out of the NFC. I think this will be a great game. Hopefully it is a great game. But I think the Lions cover 5.5. Cam, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree. I've been high on this Lions team for the past 2 years. I just think 5.5's a little too much. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the day. It can be up right there with the Buffalo Pats game, but Detroit's kind of coming on offensively. Rams also, high-powered offense, but they've shown places where, they just lost to the Panthers when I was boots on the ground. So, I think we kind of talked about in the NFL in general, any team can win on any Sunday or whatever day that they play. But I just feel like 5.5 for two, big name NFC teams. And the Lions are also fighting for a playoff spot. I feel like there's a lot more on the line for the Lions than it is on the Rams, as they're currently sitting at the 1 spot in the NFC. So I'll take Detroit plus the points here.
Rat, will you be group riding this one or going with the hometown Rams?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams here. Cam said it perfectly. 5.5 points is just way too many. If you're Vegas, you set this line at 2.5. Everyone's taking the Rams. Are either of you taking the Lions? If the line's 2.5.
I'd consider, but
I would think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I would probably lean towards the Rams now you say that, but I didn't really think about it. But
I think
I don't
Vegas
know.
is coming. I think Vegas is coming in their pants because every single person has the same take. It's my take too. It's the Lions are a great team. If they lose this game, they're out of the playoffs. Pretty much, it's like a must-win for them.
Yeah,
5.5's a lot of points.
I think there's a little bit of.
I don't know how you can't bet the Lions. Give me the Rams.
okay. Rat one.
I think this is a true rat right here.
There's some wiggle room as of right now. Still 4 weeks left, but all right. We'll head to another game happening at 4 o'clock. NFC South. I think this matchup already happened. The Saints won game 1. So Cam, what do you think for game 2? Saints at home this time plus 2.5.
I think this is perfect for the Panthers here. I think it's a huge letdown spot for the Saints after that very surprising win against the Bucs last week, even though it's a divisional matchup at home later on in the day. But I think the Panthers trying to keep it it's also kind of dependent. Like I said, I think the Bucs win on Thursday night, and I think that makes it a must win for Carolina on Sunday. So with that being said, I like Carolina to win this game outright, minus 2.5. I'll take the points there. So take the Panthers here.
Right. What's the logic?
It's Shuck. It's Shuck season. Toyota found Shuck.
Toyota found Shuck.
Everyone knows. I'm not buying that the Panthers are good. Actually, they probably are good, but this is just a.
You don't have to buy that they're good.
You just have to buy that they're better than the Saints.
All right, Panthers to win by 1 point.
Wow, bold.
Exact score it.
I don't have much on this game. Who's gonna watch this? Boring. Who cares?
Yeah,
The Panthers are in it playoff wise. I'm going with you, Cam. I'm taking the Panthers minus 2.5. Saints coming off a high. Panthers need to win to stay in the thing. Also, the big matchup that we saw happen at Buffalo Wild Wings with that Saints fan rat. I'm going with the Panthers to tie this season series up 1-1, get this win, and I love the 2.5, especially at a Panthers team that doesn't score a lot. I think this all lines up pretty well for the Panthers. I'm saying if it was 5.5, I'd be like, okay, maybe Saints because it would be like 17-12 or some shit. Panthers got this minus 2.5. That's where I'm going. Sunday night, which we have to remind the people that these games can be flexed out of primetime if they want to, but we're sticking with it. We're sticking with the Vikings.
The Cowboys are the Cowboys are in prime time every single week. They played 2 Monday night games in a row, and then right after that, 2 Thursday night games in a row.
And here they are on Sunday night.
Crazy.
And there's actually crazy games this week, like Lions, Rams, Pats, Bills, even Ravens, Bengals. I think they moved that game around a little bit, but I don't know, man. I feel like this is a bad choice for prime time. But Rat, will you be watching this game? And if so, who will you be taking? But either way, you have to answer who you'll be taking.
I probably will be watching this game. I like watching the Sunday night. You know, you wrap up your weekend, you get ready for the week, you have the Sunday night game on. It's a little bit fun. I don't know. I think this is just a little bit too many points for me. 9 is maybe the worst quarterback I've ever seen play, but apparently last week he was good.
No, Max Brosmer. Max Brosmer
was put in a tough spot against probably the second best defense in the league this year, and he just got thrown in there. He just was throwing lobs at the defense. Yeah, give me the Vikings. I think this will be a close game. Chris Collinsworth. That's it.
A lot of Chris Collinsworth slander out of last week.
Really, what happened?
I guess he was glazing Mahomes too hard again. I don't know. I'm going with the Cowboys. Give me them boys, -5.5. Vikings just won a game 31-0, so they're going to lose this game by 2 touchdowns. Dallas needs to stay in it for both the ratings and the playoffs. So I think they'll win this game in Jerry World by 5.5. Don't love it, obviously, because they have a dog shit defense, but it's not like the Vikings have really a great offense because it runs through their quarterback and they don't have a great quarterback. So I'm going with the Cowboys -5.5. Dak, favorite for comeback player of the year. I think he shows out. He's got his boys, Pickens and Lamb. I think they cover 5.5. Cam, what do you think?
This was my dog in the DOUF. Give me Minnesota +5.5. I feel like they kind of ride a little bit of momentum with 9, kind of feeling it. And then also I feel like this is primetime season for the Cowboys to just absolutely choke their season away and miss the playoffs once again. But yeah, not much. And also, I kind of like the under in this, 47.5.
Yeah.
I know the Cowboys are high scoring, but Sunday primetime just seemed, and Minnesota's defense, I feel like, has been playing pretty well throughout the year. So I just feel like this is kind of going to be, a closer game, pretty low scoring, but I like Minnesota +5.5 here.
All right. Well, I'm interested to see if you guys are more appetized by this Monday night game where both teams technically still alive in the playoff hunt. I think you can also flex Monday night games. We have the Dolphins and the Steelers. I'm forgetting what I even picked in this game. This is my least favorite game to pick probably, but I'm going to go with the Steelers -3. Maybe I'll hope for some cold weather. Continue that win streak. I don't love the Steelers at anything minus more than like 2.5 usually because they always keep games close. But I think Aaron Rodgers outdoes Tua in the cold in like a 17-7, 17-10, 17-13 type game. I got the Steelers continuing on their little win streak right now, and I got them covering over 3 points against the Dolphins. Rat, we have to go skip Cam and line. What do you think for this one?
This is like a no-brainer. Just bet the Fins here. No-brainer. The Steelers are up and down. Like if they win, bet them to lose. They lose, bet them to win. Give me the
Fins. Monday night, high of 19 degrees in Pittsburgh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Tua proved that he can play in the cold last week. I don't know what we're fucking talking about.
That was like 40s though. Looks like there may be some snow involved as well. I don't know about that one, man.
Who did you end up picking up? I couldn't hear you. Did you pick the Steelers?
I rolled with Steelers. Rat's taking the Dolphins, but maybe reconsidering, but also probably not.
I didn't say anything about reconsidering.
You did
Okay, Cam?
You got a tie, Cam. What do you got?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I kind of mentioned it earlier. This is kind of piggybacking off of my basis or my thought process of the Ravens winning the division. I think Miami plays a little bit of spoiler here, and Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, kind of go back to that legit 500 record and potentially even miss the playoffs and just end up choking out the rest of the year. I think Miami covers and potentially even wins this game outright. Kind of a fluke, weird Monday night vibe. I don't know. But also kind of that cold weather thing might play into it. But kind of mentioned it earlier, the Dolphins on this win streak have been running the ball a lot more. And I think the running game for the Dolphins is going to be a lot better than the Steelers. So I think Aaron makes a couple of huge mistakes on prime time and shows that he's the 45 quarterback that has been choking throughout his entire career. So give me the Dolphins +3.
Okay, a little Roger
Love it.
slander late. And he's not 45, he's 42.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
And we're betting on the 44-year-old Philip Rivers.
I'm not. You are. But
All right. Anyways, let's continue on to the Focus 5. So obviously, Rat, you're not here with us every week, but I don't know if you've tuned into the stream or not. You're now in the green. So you're at plus 0.3 units on the season. So hoping to continue that, make the viewers some money. Last week, we had me go up 10 units. Like I mentioned, we got me made up a lot for the UFC and other disasters that happened that weekend. Cam, not a terrible week out of you, only lost less than a unit, minus 0.92 units. Mikey, who's not here with us tonight, minus 2.25 units. He's now at negative 6.46 units, so he's got some ground to cover when he returns. But Rat, since you've got the lowest return so far, we'll start with you for the Focus 5, unless you're not ready and this just says Focused. I'll change that. But
Oh, no, I'm ready.
Okay. Give us your Focus
I'm doing the Dubcast method. We're going slate by slate, a pick for each slate.
love it.
So we're going to start with Thursday night. I believe I took the Falcons plus 4.5 earlier
You did.
in the podcast.
That is a
My
pick you
Thursday
made.
night pick is Bucks minus 4.5, under 44.
Hedge. Good hedge.
And Egbuka, anytime touchdown score. I think it's a comeback week for him. People forget about him. That's plus
Mike Evans is
939.
back this week. So maybe that's a good spot. People forget about
Egbuka.
Yeah, I like that. Actually.
So parlay all three of those. You got 939. I'm gonna take a 1 p.m. spread slate. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals plus 9.5, Chiefs minus 4.5, Eagles minus 11.5, Ravens minus 2.5, plus 1163. Just a warning. I have no confidence in any of these picks. Don't take any of these. Third one, a 4
Good
p.m.
disclaimer.
4 p.m. touchdown. Actually, maybe not. Maybe this is also just 1 p.m. Trey McBride, James Cook, Isaiah Likely, all the score, plus 1442. A little 4 p.m. over-under game. We got Denver and Green Bay under 42.5. Tennessee and San Francisco over 44.5. That was my least favorite pick of the DOUF, was Dub saying that he wanted the under in that game. That was sad and despicable.
Okay.
Detroit and the Rams, got to take the over in that game. Got to be a fun game. Game of the year. Over 54.5. Seattle and Indy under 42.5. That is plus 1210. This is kind of me and Cam's pick here over the last two segments. I don't know if I want to take this. I have the under in Sunday Night Football and Finn's money line. That's plus 407. And then I have honorable mention Cowboys to win by 1-6 plus 275. And then honorable mention Colin McGann under 6.5 wins this week in his pick.
What's the odds on that?
Literally send me money. You can send me money. You get minus 200 that Dub gets over 6.5 wins, Dub. If you want to bet on it, you can just send me the money.
Wow, and I just
6.5 out of 16.
I like that. That would be huge for the pod. That would be huge for the record on the pod.
Yeah.
You don't want to touch it?
No.
You don't want to touch that?
I'm not betting. Why would I bet on minus 200 straight up? I'm not a rookie.
Okay.
All right. You don't think you can beat 6 and 10?
I can, but why would I take it at those odds? Cam, go ahead with your Focus 5.
All right. As Cam mentioned, I kind of like to do, slates on my picks. So the first one's going to be Tampa Bay money line, and then we're going to do a coming out party for Mike Evans. I think he finds the paint. Those two together are plus 228. So not huge odds, but I don't mind that. And then my second pick is going to be a strictly Pats parlay, but it also might involve, a little bit of Buffalo spread. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game, and I feel like you're going to see two MVP candidates, try and take over the game. I think you go Pats money line, and then you get both quarterbacks to find the paint. So Allen and Drake to score a touchdown. That's at plus 1896. Both are very mobile. I know Drake hasn't found the end zone quite a while. Allen just found it last week, but Allen can score at any point within the red zone, especially. So that's number 2. Third's going to be go for the Pats parlay. It's going to be Pats money line, Cincy money line to keep Baltimore potentially out of the playoffs, and the Chargers money line to keep the Chiefs out of the playoffs. So those three get you at plus 472.
Don't hate it.
And then the 4 o'clock slate parlay is going to be Green Bay and Detroit money line. That's at plus 450. A little bit of NFC North parlay too, if you want to call it that. But my last one's going to be the primetime slate, picking both teams kind of similar to the last one. I'm going to go with the dogs here, Minnesota money line and Miami money line, playing a little spoiler. That's at plus
That was my pick. I
771.
switched that last second.
I think you did I thought you did the under, but I
I
took.
did.
switched it.
Last second, I switched Vikings money line to the under.
Oh, my bad. I must have missed that.
Wow.
But yeah, so I did those two and I got it at plus 771 on the blue. But that wraps up my focus 5.
All right. Usually I'm struggling for focus 5 picks, but I love this week. So I've got two teaser parlays. First one is the big underdogs. We're teasing the Jets up to plus 17.5 against the Jags. Teasing the Cardinals up to plus 14.5 against the Texans. I realized I put the Jets in here twice. Tease the Raiders up to plus 17.5. Those three together plus 309. Smaller dogs. Teasing.
Just wanted to say that's one of the worst bets I've heard in my whole life. This is I don't want to be mean or anything, but that's the most ridiculous, illogical. Anyways, continue. I'm sorry.
We'll see if this one's better. So these are the small underdogs. Patriots tease them up to plus 7.5. Bengals tease them up to plus 7.5. Chargers tease them up to plus 10.5, and Commanders tease them up to plus 7.5. Those 4 together plus 220. 1 p.m. touchdown scores. I'm going to go with Travion to score. Didn't score in the Pats last game. He's minus 110 or something. Jamar, been waiting on the Jamar. Might have to hop up the train if he doesn't score this week, but we're taking him. Travion, and the last one, Nico Collins against a weak Cardinals defense. Those 3 together plus 511. For 4 p.m., I've been doing some parlays that involve all the games, but I didn't do that this week. Only 3 games. We're going with the Panthers money line to beat the Saints, Packers money line to beat the Broncos, and then 49ers tease them down to minus 6.5. It's a pretty safe bet there. Those 2 together plus 309. Last one, I call this the instant classic touchdown scores. So every time the Lions play a high-scoring team, it's going to be an instant classic. So I like Devontae to get back in the end zone for the Rams. And then on the other side, Amon-Ra didn't score last week. So both those guys together, plus 250. So that's it for the Focus 5 for me. NCAA, I'd be remiss if we don't cover a live breaking story right now. Michigan has fired their head coach, and he has been arrested.
Yep.
Updating right now.
Tough luck.
Yeah. So a lot going on with the Blue.
What happened there, Dub? Do you have any more information?
From my understanding, it was like an Ime Udoka situation.
I thought it was more Urban Meyer, kind of.
I don't know. Assault.
But why did he get arrested? Neither of those people got arrested.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
By the police?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Campus police, the mall cops.
Not a lot of other people that can arrest you. I'm trying to pull. I think I lost the alert, but
yeah, I don't think it went into why, but I saw that same thing pop up on the pod too.
It's looking rough for Sharon Moore. Rat, you like to be a Michigan man at times. Any comment out of you?
What the fuck does that mean? No. I've always been a Michigan man.
Okay, well then what's your comment about the situation?
I'd like to be a Michigan man at times. You're just saying that because Michigan's dominated Ohio State for the past 4 years and also basketball. My comment is I'm looking up why he got arrested.
He was detained by police into potential charges.
So kind of following up off of that, who's the new head coach? You think Wink?
I don't know. It's Biff Poggi right now. He's the interim.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Bring in John Harbaugh after he gets fired from the Ravens.
Yeah, that'd be hype.
He's got to do his time. Go to Michigan 2-3 years and forget. All right. Well,
you got a spread on this?
While Rat does some research, yes, we will do the Army-Navy game. So Navy is kind of flipped from last year where Army was a good team, almost made the playoff. Navy now 9-2 this year, 7-1 in the American. Obviously, the game's always played in Baltimore. We're looking at – this website doesn't have the spread, so I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone. I think it's 6.
Navy?
Why is it not showing? We've lost it. We've lost the plot. It is 6.5 now. So Navy minus 6.5. What do you think?
Oh, this is tough. I feel like they always play, it's always an awesome game to watch. I don't remember the history of it really when it comes to scoring. I feel like it should be low scoring and kind of close just because of the rivalry between the two. But I like Navy here, minus the points, basically win by a touchdown. Potentially could see an Army backdoor cover, but I haven't watched a snap of either team this year, but I'm just gonna go with Navy here, minus 6.5.
All right, so I've got the history right now. Last year, Navy won 31-13. Before that, Army won 17-11, 20-17. Navy won the year before that. So it's been 2-2 over the last 3-3 over the last 6 years. Before that, Army had won 3 straight, and then Navy had won like 10 straight before that. I'm going Army. That's my team who I root for. Not the best, but 6.5 points. Maybe it snows, and it looks like it's not going to snow in Baltimore, 44 degrees, but 6.5 points in this game feels like a lot. So I'm going to go with Army to cover that 6.5. Obviously, we'll get to the playoff and stuff next week when the games are more close and the spreads are more finalized and stuff like that. Rat, what have you found in your research into Shrew and Moore?
Bad
Yeah, it's kind of like what you said. It sounds like it's an Ime Udoka situation. They just keep saying that he's arrested looking into potential charges. So there's like something potential.
I thought we were innocent until proven
Hopefully-
guilty. Why are they coming at our guy like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Yeah.
I thought this was America.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
it's
arrest a
an
guy
Ime
and then try to
Udoka.
figure out what he did? That doesn't seem right.
Who knows?
What were you saying,
I
Rat?
guess it could be anything. It's kind of like an Ime Udoka situation, but maybe it was like a minor. Who knows?
Would you
Hot
be
take.
detained for
Hot
that?
take.
Yeah,
I'd take Sharon over Ryan.
that is a hot take.
Did you say over Ryan Day?
Yeah,
He's just like if you look at his face, you're like, how's this guy?
I think Ryan Day's got some skeletons in his closet, but they just bury that with all the donors' money. But
Okay. I guess it's just baseless claim day on the Deathcast. Anything to wrap us up here? Week 15 should be a good one.
no, I mean, always great to have a nice little guest and Rat joining. Thank you.
Yeah, as always, Rat,
thank you
thanks for
guys for
joining on
having
short
me.
notice.
Yeah.
Like this year has been a little bit better, right? I don't text you 4 minutes before the stream. Like you got to hop on. You've had some time to prepare at least.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like Cam and I kind of agreed on at least the majority of them. We have similar mindsets, and it's also, a
I
fresh
think this
face
was a
always
good
around the
week for
pod.
the pod. There was a lot of like split. Like me and Rat took some games. Me and Cam took some games. You guys took some games. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top of this one. Who has the
Yeah, we need to get Rat's record back up. I mean, 1 week it was early on. He didn't no one knew what was
2
going on.
weeks.
I had the
but
best record on the week that I was here.
he
the second
won.
week
He's
of
won 1 week of the 2 weeks he's been here. He won the second week. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So maybe we'll be seeing you in the future. Maybe not. But thanks for joining, Rat. And we'll see the viewers soon. I was in a run of doing really well with the podcast, and then I got sick. So hopefully that'll return. I got the notepad here with everything that's coming up. But we'll see you guys.
You got any future ideas for the podcast? Anything coming up? Any big for after NFL season?
Well, I'm thinking of I'm thinking of splitting these recaps and splitting. I'm gonna do that for UFC. We're gonna try that. Do the event recap instead of just
College
doing. No, I don't know. I can't do college football. It's too much.
No, college basketball.
Oh yeah. Well, no. We'll do a stream for that. That's it. I think I'm too I'm too spread out. I gotta narrow in the focus.
The Dubcast is just popping. Like you have so many things on your plate, brother.
I know.
You can't do everything.
I gotta cut out the sugar and just get to the meat and bones. Anyways, you'll hear more about that in future videos coming up. But for
Little
now,
teams.
we'll see you next week. Usual time you can expect. If not, check the Instagram. As always, be easy, y'all.